The behavior near zeros is interesting. Most of the time we've been doing things to an odd power. In this situation we have x plus 1 to the first, well no, that's to the second power, sorry. Most of the time I should say we have it right here. X, well I'm assuming it's squared anyway. X minus 2 to the, well, we'll say 1, could be to the third, I don't know. But anyway, we know it's odd because it goes through. It goes through the x-axis there. It crosses. If it doesn't cross, if it just comes up and touches right there, then we say must be an even 2, 4, 6, something like that. Must be something like that because it doesn't cross through. It just comes up and touches, or comes down and touches, or whatever it's doing, but it doesn't pass through. That's the nature of an even. Okay, so let's find all the zeros, and it doesn't look like anything's just touching. Both of these zeros pass through, if you see here. Okay, so we're looking for all four. All right. And there's only 2 in the graph, so that must mean 2 are imaginary. But we go ahead and do it anyway. We say factors of 12 over, well, there's a 1 out here. So we're going to just focus on factors of 12. That's 1, 2, plus or minus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 goes with 4, 2 goes with 6, 1 goes with 12. Over 1. Okay, so those are my factors. And kind of looks like negative 3 there. And that kind of looks like negative 1. So I ought to try those. Alright, so I'll say, I'll start with negative 3. And I'll say 1 for x to the 4th, 4 for x to the 3rd, 7, 16, and 12. No negatives. And nothing skipped. Alright, so the 1 comes down. I have 1 times negative 3, negative 3. Plus 4 is 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Plus 7 is 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Plus 16 is 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. I get my 0. Okay, so that's one of my roots, one of my zeros. And then let's see, I'll go back and I'll try negative 1. So let's keep going. We bring down the 1, we get 1. Times negative 1, we get negative 1. Plus 1 is 0. Times negative 1 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. Times negative 1 is negative 4. Plus 4 is 0. So both these work. I get x plus 3, it's one of my factors, and x plus 1. These are both my factors, and the other one that I'm looking for now is x squared plus 4, which I get from the leftovers, x squared and 4. And I can look at that and see I can't factor that. That's the sum of 2 squares. I've noticed that already. I can't factor the sum of 2 squares. And as we suspected, these are going to be my imaginary roots. What, when I square it, would give me negative 4? Well, 2 squared would give me 4. 2i squared, if I square that, I get 4i squared. I squared is a negative 1, so I get negative 4. Okay, so my roots here, my zeros, are x is equal to negative 3, negative 1, and plus or minus, because it doesn't matter, I'm going to square it, 2i will give me my negative 4 that way. So those are all my zeros, all of them, my real and my imaginary. And you say, wait, I didn't follow you there. I don't, what are you doing? Okay, I understand that might be kind of strange, so you might want to do this. X is equal to minus b, plus or minus, come on. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so a is equal to 1, and c is equal to 4, and you can see that b is not there, so b is equal to 0. And you plug those in, and you'll see that you get 2i. Or you can just spot it. And if it's as simple as x squared plus 4, I think you'll get to the point pretty quickly where you can just spot that.